Welcome into the Ice Pick Sports NHL picks and best bets for January 30th, 2021. My name is Luke Baird, and I am joined here with my good friend Matt Klett, and we are going to be giving you insight to all of our thinking and thought and picks for the NHL slate for tomorrow on Saturday. Matt, anything to say before we get started?
No, let's get into it. We got a couple more too. We have one soccer pick for tomorrow and one college basketball.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. And the first game we were going to talk about is this Carolina Hurricanes and Dallas Stars game. And we are going to talk about this under 5.5 minus 115.
Yeah, I don't think really either of us like taking unders. But both of these teams have the two best defenses in the league. They're both averaging 1.5 goals against per game. Head to head, this has gone under 4 straight times, both of them defensively minded teams. Unless the Stars get a bunch of power plays, this game should go under.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. The only, like you said, the only deal is both of these teams have really good power plays, especially the Dallas Stars with the first in the league. But Mrazek for the Carolina Hurricanes, who has been really, really good so far in net this year, absolutely stellar, and Anton Khudobin as well for the Stars. Mrazek right now, he's got a 1 goal against average and a .955 save percentage. And Anton Khudobin's having a really great year to start as well. The Stars are 4-0, and the Panthers haven't played that many games as well. But I really do expect us to go under 5.5, and we might even see this line move to 5, in my opinion.
Yeah, this line could definitely close at a different number than it's at right now.
But it is looking like it is pushing towards that 5, because under 5.5 right now is 115, and we'll probably see some more bets on that number. Anything on this game before we go to the next?
Nope. Let's go to the next one. We got quite a few picks here, so
yeah, right. Let's go to this Florida Panthers and Detroit Red Wings game. We're looking at the Panthers puck line minus 1.5 at plus 140.
I love this play here. If you want to go back to head-to-head stats, they've covered this in 3 out of 4 of their last games, dating back 2 years. Everybody knows the Panthers can score. Their defense isn't great. Tomorrow, Detroit's supposed to start Grice, and he's been playing terrible. He hasn't won a game yet. Detroit's giving up 3.63 goals on average, and Florida is scoring 3.75 goals on average. I think the Panthers are going to win this game by a lot. They may even cover an alternate minus 2.5. Detroit's been playing okay. They've been playing really conservative, just trying to keep the other team from scoring. They haven't really been trying to play a lot of offense, but I think Panthers opened up this game early and make Detroit be more aggressive in this game.
Yeah, Florida it's been kind of interesting because, they got that late start to the season, and, they've had the COVID problems. And from other teams, I would say it's not their team that's having the COVID problems, but the teams they're trying to play are. So they haven't played that many games this year. But Sergei Bobrovsky, who's notoriously, one of the really, better goalies in the league, supposed to be like a top 10 goalie, his goals against right now is a 3.35, and his save percentage is a .879. But when you look at Bobrovsky's career numbers, he's usually hovering at around a 2.5 goals against, or really even lower, especially the past 5 or 6 years, in the 917 save percentage. So, if there's any game Bobrovsky's going to get, a good start to a season, bounce back, this is going to be a team that he's going to do it against. This Detroit team has struggled to score goals to start this season, and I think they're going to struggle to score goals all year long. Their depth just doesn't, their 4 forward lines, their top line's pretty decent, but their 4 lines as a whole is just not that great offensively. And, this Panthers D is, I know their defense is a little, no-named, but and they have kind of struggled to start, but this Florida offense is kind of on fire, especially in that first line.
Yeah, I agree. And on Bobrovsky, he underperformed last year as well. He was the hottest goalie free agent coming out of Columbus, and he did not play very well last year. Now, keep in mind, the Panthers really don't have a strong defensive core in the first place, though, so could also be affecting his numbers.
Completely agree. This next game, we're going to go to the Canadiens and we're looking at the Canadians minus 125. And Matt, why don't you get us started on that?
I love the Canadians in this spot tomorrow. They've just been dominated. They have been one of the best teams in the league. They're averaging almost 5 goals a game. Calgary's been starting really slow, and they have been having to come from behind. They have been giving up the first goal in 4 straight games, and they have just really been struggling. I like the Canadians' first period. I love Canadians' full game as well. I like both of these.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me talk on the Tuesday podcast about the Canadians. I gave a kind of a couple of my surprise teams to start the year, and the Canadians were obviously one of them. Probably had the best team or the best record, best first 6 or 7 games out of any team in the NHL right now, leading the
Mhm.
league with goals scored in a game per game, and by a wide margin as well. They got a lot of players in their top six. They're all performing. Josh Anderson's been a great pickup. Nick Suzuki is really developed. Tyler Toffoli's been an amazing pickup as well, and just a lot of their mainstay guys are really performing. And this is all due with Carey Price not even having a great start to the season. And so, once Carey Price really rounds in the farm, this Canadians team is really going to be a scary team.
Yeah, they are.
And also, I kind of want to talk about. I kind of like the Canadians minus 0.5 in the first period at plus 155. So minus a half here. And the reason for that is Calgary has really struggled in the first period. They went down 4-0 against the Canadians last game to start their game, and
Hmm.
2-0 against the Maple Leafs the game before. They've really started slow here as of late, especially. And the Canadians have just really been on fire from out the gate, all game long, but especially out the gate. They were really controlling the pace of play in the first periods in almost every single game. So I'm going to go with the Canadians minus a half here, plus 155. It's a really good value. They win this first period, and, you
I
get plus money there.
I like that, and it actually brings me to my next pick. It's a parlay of two teams I've already talked about: Montreal first period and Florida first period. Um, Florida should just smack Detroit in the first period. They have done that like 7 straight head-to-heads or something, won the first period against Detroit. And obviously, we just talked about Montreal, so that's really good value. Obviously, if it's tied at the end of the first period, it's a push there. So pretty safe, pretty good value.
All right, with this next game we're going to talk about, we might seem a little biased. We might seem a little hometowny here, considering both of our, we're both from Nashville and we're both a little hometown team here, but we have some pretty good reasoning. It's this Tampa Bay Predators game, and we have a few picks. We have the Preds plus 1.5 at minus 160. You're going to have to lay probably at least a unit and a half on that. And the under 6 minus 120. And we're even talking sprinkling up the Preds money line at plus 150. And Matt, why don't you take the floor?
I never take the Predators because they're my team, but I will in this spot. And there's a couple of teams I'll take the Preds for or against. I will always take the Red Wings against the Preds, and I'll always take the Preds against the Lightning. It's just something about it. Preds can't beat Detroit. For whatever reason it was, we finally did it last year. We beat them once or twice after they smacked us twice at the beginning of the season. But when we play Tampa Bay, it's always a really close game. The last 4 games, the Preds have won 3, and they've only lost 1. And 3 of the 4 games have been decided by 1 goal. The one that wasn't, the Preds won 4-1. So I really like the plus 1.5 right here. And like Luke said, I like the money line. And the under, both of these teams are probably going to be playing a lot of defense. So we'll see. But a couple early goals would definitely open this game up.
Yeah, I was going to talk about this under 6. UC Saros is, this past couple of games here for the Predators have been really well. He's really tracking the puck. This under this under 6 in the 5 out of the last 6 games have hit between these last two teams. And in the opposite net from UC Saros should be Andre Vasilevsky, who is the best goalie in the NHL. I believe this line's going to close at 5.5. So if you can get it at 6 right now, I really suggest to take it at 6. Maybe see this as a 3-2 ball game, or something obviously under 6. But you get the 6 and you get the push.
I like it.
All right, for this next game, let's go ahead and talk about Winnipeg. Winnipeg, we're going to talk about puck line at plus 190 and the Winnipeg money line at minus 120. I know, Matt, you've been looking at this game pretty closely.
So this game is crazy because Winnipeg has beat Vancouver 11 straight times. That is almost unheard of. Like I was just talking about with the Preds and the Red Wings and the Lightning, some teams just have another team's number. There's just something about it. And Winnipeg owns Vancouver right now. And so you got to ride what's hot. So this is a pretty strong case for Winnipeg. I also like their puck line, -1.5, +190. This is hit in 8 of the last 11. Obviously, they won all 11. And at home, Winnipeg has won 11 straight at home as well, dating back like 5 or 6 years, which is pretty crazy. And I think Vancouver's a little overvalued right now just because they just curb stomped Ottawa 3 games in a row. And the Jets are one of those teams that, like, sometimes they're going to be really good and some nights they're going to be really bad. But they have Hellebuck in the net. Obviously, he always gives them a chance to pull off the win.
All right. Do you want to give out this long shot parlay before we get on to Martin's couple of picks in your soccer pick?
Yes. Plus 1,335. Leafs versus the Oilers over 5.5. That's an alt total. Florida money line, Winnipeg money line, Montreal money line, and Pittsburgh over 6. And actually, I thought I had a pick for Pittsburgh on here. Did I not?
You have Pittsburgh at 6. I have Pittsburgh at 5.5.
Okay.
Pittsburgh Boston total at 5.5.
Okay. Well, we like the Rangers and Penguins over 5.5. 8 of the last 10 head-to-heads went over 5.5. That over is 1-1 head-to-head this season. But Pittsburgh on the road is a totally different team. They are giving up 4.5 goals on the road, but they still average 3 goals a game. So this should just be a complete slugfest. I like the over in this one.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about Martin's got a couple of picks, one of them being a hockey pick in which, Martin he likes trends a lot, and he's found a trend in this Rangers-Pittsburgh game. Sorry, I've said Pittsburgh-Boston. I've meant Rangers-Pittsburgh. This Rangers Penguins game, and he's going to lay some money on the Rangers first period money line at -120. He says, Matt and Luke are the hockey experts, but I still know enough about Pittsburgh to know the Pirates are in year 92 of the rebuild, and the Penguins like to play from behind this year. They've lost 7 of their 8 first period money lines this season. And he says, hockey may not be my strong suit, but finding trends like these are.
Now, the only thing I will say to contradict that is that they played twice this year, and that's 1-1. But like I just said, the Penguins are a different team on the road. They are not. They have not been playing good on the road. So, but the Rangers are also one of those teams I kind of just talked about, how some nights they're going to be really good and some nights they're going to be really bad. It really depends how their goalie shows up.
All right, he's got one more pick, and that's going to be a college basketball pick, and he has the Akron Zips at -4.5 versus Ball State at -110. Akron has been on fire lately, winning and covering in their last 5 games. Meanwhile, Ball State has been struggling on the road, going 3-6 against the spread this year on the road, and this is their 3rd straight away game. So I like Akron to win and cover their 6th straight. Lock it in.
I like it. I'm not a big college basketball guy, but I like it.
I like college basketball, but I don't know a whole lot about MACtion teams. But you go ahead and talk about your Sevilla soccer pick.
So I finally got this jacket in. Finally. I ordered it on Black Friday, which was 2 months ago, and it just came in yesterday. Sevilla has been my go-to team all year, actually for a very long time. They play Eibar tomorrow on the road. Eibar is losing 75% of their home games in La Liga, which is insane. Sevilla is going to curb something. They're even right now. I am definitely taking this. I love this pick. Easy. Any thoughts on that, Luke?
Eibar, they really suck on the road, and especially at home as well. 75% of their losses at home. That just doesn't usually happen in any sport. So Obviously they're not doing something right at home. And I'm sorry, Matt, about this team total for the Blackhawks.
Yep.
Game over.
Yep.
But
I see.
that should do it just about for us. Anything that you have left to say before we end this thing up?
No, big day tomorrow.
That's right.
Lots of action.
Well, I hope you guys are going to tail our picks, and I hope you guys enjoy this. There's more of these to come, especially on YouTube, Ice Pick Sports on our YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe. So have a good day, guys, and hopefully you guys and us as well hit your bets.